Donald Trump would win election if held today. Majority of Americans blame Joe Biden for Afghanistan's poll and tragedy that is going on. Hello, welcome, and thanks for joining us live on Projan Media TV. That brings the latest news and the latest updates in the country and across the world. Kindly do one thing, subscribe and turn on the notification button for all these updates. President Joe Biden is having a terrible week, and it's largely due to his own incompetence, of course, and the American public appears to agree. Even the normally fawning media complex has turned on him over the events that unfolded in Afghanistan over the weekend, and according to new polling, where the contentious 2020 elections to be held again today, former President Donald Trump would likely be the victor. A Rasmussen Reports telephone and online survey released on Wednesday, conducted between Monday and Tuesday amid the fiery fallout of the Taliban's takeover of Kabul on Sunday, found that 51% of likely voters blamed Joe Biden more for the horrific disaster compared to 38% who said Trump is more to be blamed. 15% were unsure which was more at fault. Meanwhile, the National Pulse reported just 37% said they would vote for Joe Biden, the most popular presidential candidate in the U.S. history, where the election held again today. Biden beat out Trump in 2020 by securing over 51% of the vote, though the Trump camp, of course, would beg to differ. 43% say they would vote for Trump, while a delusioned 14% say they would vote for some other candidate, although none were specified. 9% of Democrats admitted they regretted their 2020 vote. The survey was conducted among 1,000 likely U.S. voters by the Rasmussen Reports. It had a margin of sampling error of plus or negative 3 percentage points and a 95% confidence level. And yeah, this is a bad news for Biden. His administration has had one disaster after another, to be sure, from the border crisis to rising inflation and gas prices to shower and then promise and advancements with a national vaccine program. It's been one big dumpster fire. But the pullout of troops in Afghanistan was clearly too much for voters who, in these highly divided times, largely all agree that Islamic insurgents groups make for terrible governors of any nation, much less one they invested nearly 1 trillion US dollars to try rebuild, only to watch in return instantly to pre-intervention state in a flash, leaving a generation of Afghans who grew up free facing life under the new repressive regime as the U.S. scrambles to evacuate American personnel and targeted pro-U.S. Afghans alike. And yeah, it's a disaster, and Biden can't hide behind the rosy lenses of the friendly establishment media complex this time around. Although the president claimed during an address to the nation on Monday that it backstops with him, the rest of his comments indicated he clearly did not want the American public to think the back did, in fact, stop with him, and he largely blamed Trump for the poorly coordinated pullout. In his speech, where he said he's the president of the United States and the buck stops with him, Biden said he is deeply saddened by the facts they now face, but he does not regret his decision to end America's war fighting in Afghanistan and maintain a leisure focus on their counter-terrorism mission there in and other parts of the world. Joe Biden claimed on Monday that he'd been faced with only two options: to move forward with Trump's peace agreement with the Taliban or to send more troops and escalate violence as the U.S. was trying to pull out. He also blamed Afghan forces for not being willing to stand and fight for their own country, and Afghan allies of the U.S. for remaining hopefully and thus not being evacuated on time. So clearly the buck did not stop with him by his estimation, but the voters don't seem to be buying it. While Trump was out of office, there is only so much longer that Democrats can blame him for everything, and As Biden faces criticism from his own side, it seems the magic has already worn out of that excuse. With 4 years of Trump to compare with Biden's already disastrous first term, it's likely that rumors of voting for Biden will only continue to grow if his current streak to completely falling our nation keeps up. And 2024 is around the corner. That's what the American citizens are saying. They're not happy about leading, Joe Biden's ruling just a year in his leading, but disasters are coming out of the way and it's far worse compared to Donald Trump's 4 years of ruling. Well, that is it for now. Thanks for watching Projan Media TV, and we'll keep on updating with more of this. Kindly do one thing, subscribe and turn on the notification button. All these updates will come to you in time. Once again, thanks for watching Projan Media TV.